Good morning, YouTube. I'm going to let you know from the very beginning. Some of you may be very angry when I get finished with this video, and I'm not going to care. You want to know why I'm not going to care? Because the same way I have to feed myself is the same way you have to feed yourself. And my face is not in this video only because my front tooth was pulled out, not because I'm afraid of anything. We all have to share this world together, but I kid you not. It is 5:26 this morning, and I woke up about 3 something. Oh, I gotta get my laundry out the machine. And I've been watching these podcasts, and I'm a grinder for certain type of technology and stuff like that, learning. But this video popped up on my screen this morning, and basically it was about the election. I can I can almost promise you no one has seen me say barely anything about the election. But I sat down and I watched. I watched. And a lot of people did not even notice what they did at the end of the election. And it's a tragedy. And the reason why it is a tragedy is because reading is fundamental. And a lot of people drop the ball. A lot of people drop the ball. Now, I'm not going to tell nobody no lie. I believe in at least three sections of my life, Trump is going to help me. So I don't give a damn what anyone says. And no, I did not vote for Trump. I did not vote for Trump, but I can promise you he's going to help me in at least three ways. I could lose everything I have and end up on the street, and I still believe I have the mental capacity to pick myself up and start over. You want to know why? Because I try, and I try. But this man said something a few minutes ago, and it made me wonder. And I could not do anything but stop as a woman and understand where he was coming from. He said the very end of the election, if no one could sit down and see what Trump was doing, then they were the ones that dropped the ball. And it's the truth. Look at what he was doing the entire time coming up to this election. Look who he was down for. Look who he was against and everything. He said every single time someone was negative against Trump in social media, it gave Trump more ratings, more views, more everything. So Trump was there making an ass of himself and everything. People were talking, and Trump was going up, up, and up. I couldn't believe it, and I saw it. I saw a lot of people, and I'm sorry to say it, but it is the truth. We have adults that don't want this person bullied, and they want this, but then they turn around and bully someone that is clearly behaving in a mental illness capacity. Stop and look at yourself. Stop and look at yourself. Now I'm sitting here saying to myself, okay, I have bipolar disorder, anxiety, schizophrenia, all of this stuff. And I can see well enough to know that there's a lot of people adding to this that need to just sit in the back and just let it happen. Because you know why? If you are not going to make change to make things better, what point is it for you to sit home and complain? What are you actually going to do to change what is going on? Nothing. I sat here and saw this man, and he had to sugarcoat it the best way he could because he is a high person on a podium. So I understood, and I liked the way he cushioned his fall. But guess what? He said it plain and clear. He said, look at the average poor household. How many men are living under the same roof with their mothers? And it is a sad tragedy. And I'm not saying every situation is a sad tragedy, because it's not. You got people that went to the service, lost a limb, came home, can't do, lost a hand, whatever the case may be. But I live in the fucking hood. I live in the hood. So I see things that other people don't have the chance to see. And there is a lot of disgrace going on around here. I can go outside my house any day and find about 25 black men doing absolutely nothing all day. Got all the money for the smoking and the drinking and the hollering at the woman and patting them upside the tail and all of this. and they still go home to somebody, and it doesn't matter who it is, but they still go home to somebody. I was really shocked to hear that the homeless rate of men is higher than the rate of people on an opioid addiction. I have no idea what all of these opioids are because I am not about that life. But I can promise you one thing. I have seen a lot in my 55 years on this planet, and it is truth. A lot of these things have happened because of the mothers in the household. And this man clearly stated, he said, it's the mothers that actually put Trump in office. He said, if these men were able to be put in a position to be men, those men would have put Kamala in office. Now, maybe saying her name wrong, correct me if you choose, but he's the truth. He's telling the truth. And I kid you not, yesterday I talked to about 3 men, and guess what? Not one of them even went to the polls, and they had something else to say about Trump. I said, I don't want to hear it. You know why? You didn't exercise your rights. But not only that, one of these people has been just a person in society, just living off the dole. That's it. But I kid you not, and he watches my videos, I am extremely proud of him now because yesterday he got his LLC. So I changed all of how I feel. You know why? Because he's making it happen now. And he's not, I don't even think he's 51 yet. So he still has a chance to change his life around. I'm sitting here now watching this video, and this man clearly states the role of a man is to provide, to protect, and procreate. Now, I had to go in and Google a few things because I was trying, and I was understanding. I got it, and it hit me. And he said it. He said, look how many men are in homes with children, women, and they laid up. Where? Where they're not home? Yeah, we have to figure this out. And it is a tragedy. And I don't care how anyone feels because nobody sits down and cares how I feel. You have to stop and figure out some of these things and look at your window before you try to throw a stone at someone else's. I am dead serious when I tell you, when I heard this morning what Trump did to get the Puerto Ricans to vote for him, I almost cried. I almost cried because I sat down and I saw at least 2 to 3 people on social media just tooting Trump's horn. And I said, Lord have mercy if these people don't understand what's going on right in front of them, and to see what they said is coming for people. A lot of people who are complaining have no reason to complain because you helped put Trump in office. You helped put Trump in office. And if you don't believe me, just go home, lay in your bed at night and ask yourself, just in 2024, what did you do to help your community? Your community. And it makes me so angry. And one of the reasons why it made me angry is because of what I went through as a parent. And it is the truth. I am promising you, it is the truth. I had to turn into the enemy and push my daughter away from me to get my daughter to see what life is about. I don't want my daughter on food stamps. I don't want none of my grandchildren on welfare. Why should I be a person that grew up poor, lived poor, struggled all my life to turn around and have my grandchildren on the same ass system? No, that's not going to work for me. I don't want no grandchildren. If my grandchildren come out in 2025 or whatever, needing a food stamp, that's a damn disgrace. And we cannot say that we don't have a chance. Yes, we do have a chance. Find something you're good at, master your skill, and keep trying. I sit down every single day in this room. Why? Because my love is paper. But guess what? Yesterday I saw someone on social media say, Why should somebody pay $5 for a greeting card? And guess what I did? I moved away because I had an answer, but then I realized there is no reason to play in a sandbox. You want to know why? Greeting cards start with kindness and love and compassion. If you can go outside and spend $10, $20 on a bag of crack, $25, $50 on your damn fingernails, fucking your food stamps you trade in for a bag of hair to throw in your head to walk around looking like Bobo the jackass, Bobo the fool, and you're still walking around with Caucasian hair, Asian hair, Indian hair to the crack of your ass, and you feel $5 is not worthy of gratitude, kindness towards someone else, baby, I applaud you. You are not the person I'm trying to sell to. But I still love you anyway. You want to know why? Because we all got to share this world together. But I sit here and I'm thinking right now of one of my friends that really was affected by this election. And I kid you not, I already know where Trump's going to help me. So I don't care what nobody say. I need help. And I'm asking for help. So if he's the only person going to help me, then hey, help me, because I need it. But I sit down and I think about a friend of mine who went through the same thing I went through, having to walk away from the children we brought into this world. When I had my daughter, I was completely under a stage of confusion because I was unmedicated, did not know I was mentally ill, none of that. I went through hell and high water because a man laid on top of me outside of Carvel's. I don't even know how old I was. And this man got away with violating me, taking my whole innocence as a child. And he got away with it. And I had to come into this world, grow up with this baggage that I wasn't able to get over. I suffered every step of my life because of the violation that this family friend did to me. Guess what? When I had my daughter, there was only one thing I wanted from my daughter, from myself as a parent, and that is a child to be a productive citizen in society. And that's it. That's it. But I struggled every step of the way. But what did I have? What did I have? The only thing I had was what I can acquire on my own. I sought out, I borrowed, I did it all. I stressed people, I cried, my mental was fucked up. But guess what? If you look at my daughter now, at 30 years old, she has reshaped. She started her life over. She's understanding those nickels and dimes. She's paying those bills. And baby, guess what? It may have happened after we had to go through the turmoil of me walking away, washing my hands, putting her out and everything. But guess what? I have acquired what a parent wants or should want when they produce children in this world. I never, ever wanted my child to grow up on food stamps. Never. I ended up in a shelter, and I was thankful I ended up in a shelter. You want to know why? Because I ended up on my own. On my own. And I still reside on my own. You want to know why? Because I am not going to pick up nobody's trash off the street and bring it into my home to coddle me, to make sure they can help me cushion my fall. But guess what? If I did, and I let this person stay by my side for 30 years, I can't go to sleep until he come home. Okay, now he drops dead. What do you have? Absolutely nothing. You end up losing whatever you had because you did not cushion your fall. I sit down and see what people do now, complaining about Trump. But what did you do to actually get him not in office? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do the next day? Absolutely nothing. On the first, you're going to collect this. The third, whatever the case may be, the same old nothing. So we need to stop now. Look at what we have and make the best of it. Make the best of it. That's all we can do. And hopefully we stop and we look at our households and we look at how we are bringing up our children with the respect, the decency, and the morals to understand. I sat here and watched this man say that a lot of people are not looking at what is really going on out here. And it's the truth. You have a household of people. You have women out here looking for older men who have already acquired their golden life. Now you want this man to come in, sweep in, and take care of your 50 children that you done had from this man, and then turn around. Guess what? What are you bringing to the table? Absolutely nothing. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm a woman, and I applaud these men that I see that's stepping up to the plate, taking care of their kids. But I don't think it's right that these kids have to be taken care of by someone else instead of the person that brought them into the world. And another thing this man said clearly is the men that's walking this world with this woman building this family. This woman is loyal, thinking that she has this, and you're going to be somebody's backdoor buddy. Get that stuff away from these women. Because if you don't realize the mental abuse you put these women through just thinking about what they can contract from you, that alone is too much abuse. If you don't know what direction you hold in life, where you trying to go, stay by yourself. Stay by yourself. Don't cause undue hardship to someone else who's looking for what they deserve in life. It's not fair. And then to manipulate. I couldn't believe. I am loving this man. Don't even know his name and don't care, because I wouldn't say it here anyway. I don't need nobody to know where I be eating and shit and that. But anyway, he said it. He said it. You're worried about who's walking around going into the man's bathroom. You're worried about this. But just like he said, it doesn't matter what any of that is. The bottom line is, you were born a man, you're going to die a man. So we need to stop and look at where we are spending our money, what we are doing with our money, and what we could be doing with our money. I am so thankful. I am so thankful that I have bipolar disorder, because it makes me think differently. It makes me think differently, and it sets me apart from being in what people call the norm. It is, and I'm thankful. Even my doctor told me, he said, people think you're crazy. You're not the crazier than they are. And it's the truth. I have this what if mentality where everything is what if. And I'm thankful because my doctor told me I'm better off with that. And it's the truth. Just yesterday, I talked to a neighbor, and I couldn't believe that the day before yesterday, she spent a few hours with someone that moved here from another state because her husband was an employee of President Trump, and Trump did not pay this man, and this man lost everything. So now his wife is here trying to find a way to support this man, and this man has lost his mind, and I couldn't imagine it. But yet, yes, looking at it, you can. You know why? Because the behavior is already written in stone. It's been there. I couldn't believe when I heard this man say it, but he is 110% true. You got to look at it. He said Trump has said this, and it was so insulting, so degrading, so this, and he said everybody chimed in, and he got all the ratings, and then he said when it came down to it, he was forceful, he was fierceful, he was and what people look for is someone who's going to be forceful, because they're looking for security, they're looking for this, and every single step of what he said is what Trump did the last couple of days before the election. But I don't know how far that's going to hold out, because I don't think he's going to do 4 years in the office. But I believe he secured the Republican seat. That's what he did. And it doesn't matter, because Republicans, the Democrats, they all helped him get in office one way or another. But I'm going to say one thing, and I hope everyone understands. If you think for 1 minute that you can control who is in your pocket, you need to go out there and make what is in your pocket. If you sit down and you rely on everything the government has for you, and then they take it away, you did it to yourself. Everybody has to take accountability for where they stand in this world, and everybody has to find a way. I have been sitting down, just going through ups and downs, but you know what? I never stopped trying. I sat down yesterday and thought about it. I'm blessed in so many ways. Blessed in so many ways. Even if I woke up tomorrow and lost everything, my mental would not allow me to succumb to having absolutely no direction in life. No direction in life. And I'm thankful. I sat here and thought about a sweet man that I absolutely adore. And then I thought about it, how the Lord provided me with a cushion to my fall. You want to know why? What do you have if you have someone and you don't have someone? Think about that. Sounds like it makes no sense, but it makes no sense to me too. Ah! And why? And I watched this man sat down and he said, people are complaining about food. The price of cereal went up. The price of meat went up. But yet and still look at what they're spending their money on. And it is the truth. And he said himself, a billionaire. You cannot go in his house and find anything with Nike on it. And he absolutely said it, and it's the truth. Poor people. But he said something else. I'm not going to say it. Poor people keep Nike where they are, and it's the truth. Look how many people look at what people spend their money on. He said, if you show me 5 things that you do on a regular basis, I can find you money to pay your bills. I can find you money to invest, and it's the truth. Just look at what we have. This other man that came on a TV and this woman came on, she said it the truth. You can barely watch a YouTube channel and see someone who is real. You can truly respect what she's saying. And I understood. You want to know why? I'm sitting here bald. I look on the top of my head like I look right here, clean as a whistle. Guess what? Loving it. Hot flashes kill me, but guess what? I was watching a video a few weeks ago. As soon as I saw the caption or whatever, I was intrigued. I opened it up. I saw the eye go like this, and then I saw all of this go down here, and then the shape of the head and the color of the skin, and it just didn't match. It made my eye look. I had to click off the video. The same way I would have to click off my video because my voice to me sounds like but I know a few people that can't go to sleep without replaying my video because my voice, to me, my brother can't watch my video, by the way. The voice, and I got it. But I am very proud. I'm sitting here at 5:48 a.m. and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself as a parent, because I went through hell and high water to get my child where she is. Guess what? I don't have any money to cushion my daughter's fall, but I'm working to make sure that my baby nephew and my daughter has a fall if I fall. I don't want to sit down here where I have a chance to redeem my life and not make some effort to do it. Ladies, walk into your home and look at what you have behind your doors and say to yourself, if I drop dead today, is my child going to be able to function as a productive citizen in society? And if the answer is yes, pat yourself on the back. And if the answer is no, you have a lot of work to do. I was sitting here and I had to do everything in my power not to cry, because I have a situation with crying. And when that man said that the average poor home, the adult man is living home with his mother. And he said, those are the people that put Trump in office. He said, because those men are not living the life as a man. And it is absolutely true. And then when you sit down and you make excuses for all of what you allow, but then you pass judgment on what someone else is doing without looking at your glass window, it is hard. I've had a long road the last few years, and I'm thankful. I sat here yesterday when my phone rang. I just knew it was a spammer because my phone barely rings, but it was someone on the phone that I hadn't talked to for a long time, and we both were on the phone talking about our children. And this person struggled through everything, but she's about to buy her house, and not because she wants a house, not because she can afford the repairs, none of that stuff, but because she doesn't want anything to happen and her children don't have a roof. So what she's actually doing is making sure that that house cushions her children's fall. But both of her children are out there in society being productive citizens, and she struggled, single parent, everything. But I kid you not, it made me real sad to hear how Trump got the Puerto Ricans. And when I saw and I heard the words, I said, "Wow." And when they thought it, this man who was speaking, he said there was absolutely nothing funny, and it wasn't. He said it was absolutely, it is no way near funny how he did it. But how stupid can you be not to be able to look at what is right in front of you? I don't understand it because I sit down and say, how people look at me when I walk out of my building. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, that lady's crazy. But you're the crazy one because you don't even see what you did to contribute to what we are going to have to go through. And when I say we, everybody, whether you wanted him in office or not, we all have to suffer, prosper, or whatever together. But I kid you not, yesterday I was extremely happy because the very first video I saw is gonna help me. It's gonna help me. And I have sat down here and struggled for years trying to get where I want to be. I don't want to be on anything that someone else has to secure my fall. I wasn't born for this. This is definitely not my lifestyle. I am going to try to the day I die. And I am going to always be proud of myself. I'm not perfect and I've made a lot of mistakes, but I can only learn from those mistakes. And just recently, I had to buckle down and say to myself, people, places, and things. People, places, and things. And it's the only thing that I tell my daughter almost every night before she go to bed. People, places, and things. And it is the truth. It is the truth. You have to look. Just look. Go down the street and see the bum on the sidewalk and hear when someone says, oh, I'm not going to give him 50 cents. He's going to buy some liquor. Okay? What if that was your child on the ground? Would you want somebody to say, I'm not going to give him 50 cents? Because no, you wouldn't. But you can pass that stone on someone else. Guess what? Karma's going to fall right back on you. And guess what? I'm going to be happy. I was reading on Facebook. This woman said she didn't feel good about it, but she did feel good about it. Someone did her dirty, and she saw karma hit them real hard. And she laughed, and I tell you, I absolutely understand the feeling because someone did me dirty. But I kept it all to myself, and I've never told anyone. But I absolutely watched when karma whooped that person's ass. And guess what I did? I said, thank you, God. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, God. You know why? Because I'm building something here. I have to be mindful where I mix myself up. I can't partake in the servings at everybody's table. People, places, and things. That's it. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. So guess what? Everything we put out there, we're going to turn around and get. And I feel bad. I feel bad sometimes when I say things and I know I'm saying the truth because that's why a lot of people don't like me. Someone right now doesn't like me because I told the truth. And that's the only thing that holds the glue in me because I wish I didn't say it, but I'm not upset that I said it because it was the truth. But The blessing that comes in all of it is what I lost. And that was absolutely nothing. What they lost is a greater deal. I lost nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I kid you not, I sat here today thankful because I realized something. My hands bring power, but my mind is where it all stems. So if I lost this today and I lost the movement of my feet, I still could bring my life back because my mind is where the power is. Reading is fundamental. Learning is something we should want to do every single day. I am thankful beyond words that I have no grandchildren. And as bad as it might sound, I am thankful because when I have a grandchild, I want to be able to bring my grandchild in this world with my daughter in a better way. I don't want my grandchild waiting for food stamps at all. I don't want my grandchild living like that. And I always say, if you are poor, you should at least have a clean home. And I don't mean my damn craft room. So don't look around at my table and say, look at her table, honey, because that's not how I live. Anybody know me know my stuff is correct. But my mom, and I tell you, there was no perfection there because there's a lot of stuff that I went through. But my mother made sure with 6 children, fibromyalgia, and all the pain that she suffered, that our house was clean. You couldn't tell there were 6 kids in there, 6 minor children in there. We lived in a spotless home. And I don't care what anyone says. Unless you cannot move your feet, stop blaming mental illness for everything you can't do because it's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's a lot you can't do. There was days I couldn't get out of my bed. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this. But then there was one I was able to get up. And guess what I did? I made it happen. From the time I put my feet on the floor, I took my shower, brushed my teeth, I made it happen. I am tired of sitting down watching everybody around certain areas make excuses. Make excuses for why you are living the way you are living. No, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror, because if you can offer the dealer on the corner $5-10 for a bag of weed, why can't you offer that to your landlord? Can you put this to next month's rent just in case? Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. I tell everybody, you got $2, you want to buy a soda, put that soda down. Put that money on next month's bill. Why? Because that's guaranteed. That soda's not going to do nothing but give you 2 extra pounds on the back of your body. And then you're going to sit around and say, I can't lose weight. Oh, can you? I don't know who I was speaking to online that said they can't buy soda anymore with their food stamps. They should have been did that. Why is it that you have to buy a shopping bag, but you can buy a soda with food stamps? How can a person tell somebody, oh, I can't eat soup out the can because of the preservatives, but then you got somebody sipping on a goddamn Pepsi? Okay, we are not going to be looking in other people's windows because I don't want nobody looking in mine. Nobody looking in mine. When you start looking in mine, I want your name on my money orders that I send to my landlord. That's it. That's it. That's what I want. Money orders that I send to my landlord. I am in a lot of groups because I like to see what people live like. I like to see places that I could change, things I could change. I am sick and tired of what I see some of these senior citizens going through. Absolutely tired. I am a senior citizen. Very happy to be a senior citizen. Yes, boys and girls, I made it. But there's a woman yesterday sitting on the computer. Her children in the house, they do this, they come in the house, and then got the boyfriend living there and all this other stuff. Okay. And then she's like, what can I do? You know what I told her to do? Don't say a word. Put your stuff together. And all of what you got, you don't need that. Get your little IDs and your personal bankings, all of that, and start looking for somewhere to live. And when You get your keys. You make sure you gift your family somewhere to go for a couple of hours. Have your moving truck come in. Don't take no furniture. Just take your little personals. Leave them with everything else and get missing. And don't give them your address. Anytime you have a senior citizen cushioning your fall and you have no to cushion theirs, they need to leave your ass where you stand. That's right, leave you right where you stand and make sure nobody has your address. Why? Because when that person falls, you don't want to be feeling sorry to pick them back up. I don't want to pick a nobody back up. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. You know why? Because Shays_Creations is what showed me everything I need to see. And I'm thankful. I am grinding alone. Who has been behind me? Yeah. Y'all know who y'all are. Thank you so much. But Katrina, I don't know if you're going to see this video. I was so happy to make that card for you that I saw on Facebook, but I don't even have a piece of white paper to put in my printer to make a card with. That's how bad it's been for me. Now, I have paper to make a handmade card, but not a printed card. But I had to use a different color card to make that card because it was on my heart to make that card. Shays Creations, kindnesscreations.com. It is nothing but kindness, and I love it. If we have one thing we can take from this last few days, change begins with us. Change begins with us. And if you don't have morals, you have nothing. Stay out of the gene pool if you know that when those children grow up, they're going to be crying a lot of days. You want to know why? Because if you have control over anything, you would not want to bring that destruction on anyone. Thank you so much for watching.